the Vowels? That was a great time. I was a kid learning. We'll get ready to learn again because there's something that you can actually take away from this and feel really good about. A is attitude. We're going to go through each of these. I just want to give you the overall list. E is energy and effort. They sound the same, but they're different, and you'll see why in a minute. Integrity and intensity, they're both important I's, and I couldn't leave either one of them out. Outlook, and we talked about this during the previous session, your uniqueness. What makes you unique? What separates you from the herd? When these people are looking at your resume, when these people have you in front of them, when you're talking to them on social networking sites, what makes you unique? How are you different? And we'll go through all of them. Here are some definitions of attitude. You can read these in the dictionary. I pulled them right out of online. I think it was Webster Online or one of them. The one I like is the one at the bottom. Attitude is the emotional capacity for effective performance. That's pretty important. If you do not start your day with the correct attitude, it does not matter what skill set you have. It doesn't matter what website you go on. It doesn't matter how many people you talk to, how many interviews you have that day. If you're a recruiter and you walk in, if you're in the wrong frame of mind, the perfect person could walk through the door. You're not going to see it. It clouds your vision, or it clears up your vision, depending upon what you decide to do with it. You control your attitude. It is an habitual, absolutely habitual characteristic. You can train yourself to have a good attitude. It doesn't control you. As I was told again, another thing my father told me, very wise guy. He was a wise guy as well, but he was a very wise guy. It's not what happens to you, it's your reaction to what happens to you. Great story about this, I told this yesterday. If you're standing on an elevator in New York City, one of those express elevators, get on the second floor, go to the 20th, it doesn't stop, and you're standing there, it's kind of crowded, somebody pokes you in the back of the leg, you ignore it. About the 9th floor, you get poked again, you're like, okay, I'm really a nice guy, but this happens again, I'm saying something. It does happen again about the 19th floor. You begin to turn around, the door's open, you turn around to say something, and you figure out the guy's blind, and he was just keeping his way with his cane. And you say, oh, excuse me, sir, please, go right ahead, have a great day. You just controlled your attitude. You just turned it on a dime. You're ready to chew this guy's head off, and all of a sudden, you want to be his best friend and make sure he gets to where he's going. You control it. It's an absolute, it does not control you. It is your choice. By the time you get out of the shower every morning, you pretty much have decided what your day is going to be like. I had somebody yesterday go, I think it's even before I get in the shower. Okay, somewhere in the beginning of your day. Maybe it's when you're having your Cheerios. Maybe you're so asleep. It's not that. For me, it's in the shower. By the time I get out and stand there and go, all right, what happened? Most people do this. Most people go, they're scrubbing and they're like, yesterday sucked. I can't, good. It was so awful. I don't want to have another day like that. Well, you're getting ready to because you just decided. You just decided that your day is going to be just like yesterday because you have not learned that each day is a gift. Each day is a gift is so important to me that my wife found that and hung it in our bathroom. That is a plaque that she came across in Kirkland's. I had been preaching this and talking about this, and she said, this is karma. Each day is a gift. Hung it up. I see that each morning. That is, you're looking at my bathroom, there's the mirror, that's right there. I see it every single morning. If you start from that premise, if you start from the fact that each day is a box, and you get to open that box, and inside the box could be the best day you've ever had, it could be the worst day you've ever had, it could be a normal average day, it could be fun, it could be terrible, it could be awful, it could be great, it could suck, but the cool thing is, tomorrow you get to open another one. That gift only lasts for 24 hours. You get to open another one the next day, and whatever's in there is your gift. Each day. Don't carry it with you. Let it go. Let it go. You've had opportunities where you've been doing this for a year. Okay? Have you been doing the same? Have you had the same attitude for 15 months? Because if you had, I hope one of those days you checked it and said, I'm not doing that again. If you come in number 2 7 times in a row, somewhere in there you got to go, one's due. One is due. I've done enough. I've invested enough. It's going to turn for me. You have to. You control this stuff. The E is energy. Energy, again, we'll look at some quick definitions. The one that is most important, the fundamental substance of everything in the universe. That's pretty important. Planets don't move. Sun doesn't burn. Water doesn't flow without energy. You must have it. If you go Google, and do this, Google energy or energy coach or energy guru, you'll get about 463 responses, maybe more than that. on something to do with people that will coach you on energy, from everything to do with, if you want to be physical therapy, they'll teach you Reiki and that whole artsy form of energy that everyone has. You can go sit on a rock and learn how to take in the sun and feel better about everything around you. They'll teach you to eat right. They'll teach you how to sleep. They'll teach. It's so important that hundreds and hundreds of people call themselves the energy coach. Okay? I'm not an energy coach. I know it's important. I know I have to work on it in my own time, in my own way, but I'm telling you, it is the fundamental substance of everything we do. You must find a way to be, you get up in the morning and have that great attitude, you got to back it up with some fuel in the car. You got to have the energy. Effort sounds the same as energy, but it's not. Effort is the decision to use your energy. Effort is the proverbial moving the rock. You must decide. You can get up and go, I feel great today, but I don't want to do anything but go to the pool. Okay, no effort being involved there. How can you show effort to these recruiters? How can you show effort to somebody that you have sat down with and had a conversation about? One of them that I find very effective is, you better be able to walk in and tell them everything that you can freaking know about their company. You better have researched. It's so easy. It's on your desktop. When I was researching jobs when I was in college, we had to go to the library and go to the bibliography section and say, can I have the following 27 magazines, please? And then you would walk over and you would make a copy of those articles, and then you would take them back, and then you would sit down. Then you would take a nap, first of all, and then you would sit down and read them, because it took you 3 or 4 hours to find out who the top dog in the company was. You could do it in about 30 seconds, and you should do it. And if you've done what we're talking about with LinkedIn and you've gone through these things, you know who you're talking to. They're probably coaching your kid's softball team. They're probably in your church. They probably know somebody that's in your church. Okay? That's the effort. When you walk in and you have 10 questions to ask them, if they say at the end, please don't ever do this. So you get through an interview and someone says, do you have any questions? No, I think you answered everything I was going to ask. Please, God, don't say that. Bring some questions. They can't possibly have told you. They're interviewing you. You must interview them. It's an opportunity for you to decide if you want to be there. Make sure you have at least 4 or 5, I'd say 10 great questions about that company. I just saw online that you opened 3 new divisions. Does that mean you're hiring the same level for all of them? I just saw that your president is on the board of the Red Cross. My wife used to work there. Maybe they know each other. Find out specific things you can ask. That shows effort. It also makes you feel good because you've gotten the inertia gone. You're moving a rock. You're actually doing something. You're taking your energy and you're actually applying it. Oh, there's my favorite football coach. I'm a University of Tennessee grad. That's Lane Kiffin, in case if you haven't noticed. He is the opposite of integrity. Dishonesty, deceit, Lane Kiffin. Those are the antonyms of integrity that we're going to talk about. Those of you in Southeastern Conference football know my story well. If I ever see the man, I will punch him. Integrity. A couple of important ones here. Integrity is a consistency of actions, values, methods, and principles. It's your moral code that you live by. It's your ethical code. You got to be honest even if it's painful. Last year, if you were in business, you ran a business, or you had contact with people, it was all about making money, and you could have taken advantage of them. You could have charged them more. You could have done whatever it took to make ends meet, but not if you have integrity. You have to do the right thing for your customers. You have to make that decision. It's painful. Right now, you have to look at a recruiter and say, no, I have not done this particular job. I'm going to steal one of Greg's lines. No, I have not done this particular job. You're applying at Disney, and you want to run the Dumbo ride. Okay? How many people have run a Dumbo ride before? How many people have, I love the line, how many people have run the tramway that goes through the monorail? Nobody. So what does Disney do? Thank you, Greg, for bringing this up last month. It's a great story. What do? Disney hires for attitude and trains for aptitude, because they know there are very few people that have ever done anything they ask them to do. You ever wore, how many times have you worn the suit of Mickey Mouse? Well, don't look on my Facebook, but it has happened, but not that often. Never? Great. We'll teach you how to do that. But you got a fantastic attitude. You seem to be good with kids. You'd be fantastic for what we're looking for. You've got to have integrity. You've got to be able to look at them and say, I have not, but here's what I can do. Here's what I bring to the table. And I hope that your resume does not, and I will offer this to you guys at the end, I hope that your resume does not look like a series of jobs. I call that a tombstone resume. Date, job, date, job, date, job. It's a tombstone. It should have your skill set.